Hello and welcome to the What's the Haps podcast, where you come to find out what's going on at Ave Maria. I'm your host, Chicken Joe, along with my co-host, Rosemarie Longley.
Wait, I want to go by just my first name.
Are you embarrassed of your last name?
No, I just want to be like Beyonce.
You are like Beyonce, queen.
I just like the fact that...
Can we listen to this audio?
You should put that in.
Hello and welcome to the What's the Haps podcast, where you can come to find out what's going on at Ave Maria University. I'm your host, Chicken Joe, along with my co-host, Rosemarie. Rosemarie, how are you doing today?
You know, I've been doing okay, but I did sit in bed all day today, so that's okay.
And that's what Saturdays
Exactly.
are for.
Yeah. No. Okay. We
So-
should talk about why we're doing this
Yeah.
podcast.
Tell us what we're doing, Rosemarie. Tell the listeners.
Okay, let me tell you. Chicken Joe Hobley.
Here present.
Hable, Able, is a character on campus, some might say.
I try.
And I really think the way he talks is hilarious. And many of you listening, because you're loyal friends, hopefully, might remember I made a video in last year about how to open a door for an AV class, and I enlisted Chicken to voice over it, and it's hilarious.
And I believe this video has already received like 35 views on YouTube, right?
Probably less, but
So
yes.
that's my 15 minutes of fame.
But basically, both of us had this inkling to want to do a podcast and thought about how fun it would be to do it on all of the happenings at Ave, hence the name What's the Haps?
What's the Haps?
Which is also a term that Chicken Joe coined, but I made happen because I was making fun of him.
I think it's just staple Ave lingo. I think Ave's a small town. A lot of times there's not a lot going on. And so it's like everyone's always asking, like, what are we doing? Like every Friday afternoon, I'm always looking around, like, okay, what's going on? What's happening?
What are
And
the Haps?
I think we just need to codify this. What's the Haps? Because we're always all looking for something to do.
Absolutely.
Anything to distract us from whatever papers Lenman assigned to us or biology labs from Dr. Salai.
Dr. Salai does not teach biology.
Well, this is why I'm not a biology major.
Yeah, there you go. Dr. Cronin.
Dr. Cronin. Legend in his own right.
But I want you to remember that you hated the phrase, what's the haps? And you said you never made it up, and I had to show you on multiple occasions the message where you wrote it.
I was wrong. I've been wrong before. This won't be the last time. I'm still not the biggest fan of it, but it's classic, so that's what we go with.
It's really good. It caught on, and now it's here. Anyway, that's What's the Haps. So come here and listen to the happenings of Ave Maria, and it will grow and change as it goes.
Yeah, we're super excited for this. I think it's gonna. We're looking at a long run. We're both seniors. We got like a year left of podcasting.
Super long run, whole year.
And you know, if it lives, it lives, and if it dies briefly, it'll be a short episode in the long history of Ave Maria, and you know, it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Maybe we'll pass the baton.
We might pass the baton. Speaking about passing the baton,
Oh,
I would
nice
like
little
to
segue.
I'd like to introduce us to our first segment, the Big Dog of the Week. The Big Dog of the Week is Michael Long, who recently was in Peru to run the 800 meter for the under-20 World Athletic Championships. Michael Long was one of the first national champions last June in all of Ave Maria's history, running the 800 meter. And he's either recently or still is in Peru for World Championships. And that's all I know.
He's just in Peru.
So, everyone, if you see Michael Long on campus or in Peru, give him a warm welcome, a warm applaud. Because
nice hug.
Give him a hug. Because he's.
You know we need 11 hugs a day, so. Did you know that?
I thought you were a communications major.
I am.
Keep the psychology to the
Oh,
psychologists.
Well, I was a psych major for a year.
Were you actually?
I actually was.
Well, there are plenty of people on campus who love to tell you how they are still psychology majors. We'll leave that to them. But
Okay.
Michael Long, well done. We're proud of you here down in southwestern Florida.
He's a sophomore.
He is a
Right.
sophomore.
Yes.
That sounds correct.
Okay.
I don't
There's
know.
also another Michael Long here as a sophomore,
Oh.
and he went to my school, and so I thought it was him.
Ah.
And I was really confused because, like, I didn't think he
So?
ran, but I don't even know if he runs or not. But Michael, if you're out there,
We're sorry about the confusion. And a word to the wise: do not hug the wrong Michael.
yeah. Don't
Yes.
hug the wrong Michael Long. Let's talk about when we went to dinner and there was like 800 people watching on the TV in the cafeteria when he was running.
Oh yes. The whole cross country track and field team, which seems to be growing more and more
Yeah, it's
every year.
huge.
Every time I see them, I'm just amazed that a sport that only needs 7 people to participate in an event,
Is it
cross country.
7?
Cross country, yeah, only 7 people allowed. Has hundreds? No, not
There's
hundreds.
so many people on that team.
Dozens of people, but we love them all. The cross country team. Cross country is a weird sport.
It's weird, especially because they're all like the most wholesome people ever.
They're wholesome, but there's a weird, like, maybe we can refer to your year of psychology. It's a weird concept that someone is just gonna run their guts out
Yeah.
for a sport. Like
But
that is
also
the
that
sport.
they get addicted to it. It's even weirder. Runners high.
Yes, the addiction
I
of
don't
like
get it.
running. Like
I've never gotten there
I
in my
see
life.
these guys running around in these shorts with like a 3-inch inseam. I'm like, dude, if your dad saw you, he'd probably write you out of the will.
I'm sure their dads do see them all the time running.
Well,
They're probably.
I hope my father never sees me in shorts that short.
I hope
Because
none of us see them
I
ever
would-
again.
yes. Well said.
Say what you want about cross country short shorts when you
They're
play
nice.
rugby, Joseph.
All right.
Anyway, cross country.
Cross country, we love them all.
No, okay, they're even weirder though because they're all addicted to it, but like they need to make sure everyone else gets addicted to it. Like I don't typically run into cross country runners that are just cross country runners and love it. Like they're always like, you need to run.
You need to run.
And-
Is it
Yeah.
Is
Sorry.
is it like misery loves company? Is that why?
You know, I
Are they
hope so.
actually just like that, like kind and good-hearted people that they like care for our health? That they see me, smoking cigs with Matt Sincata outside of Sebastian, and they like are calling me higher, or are they just showing off? Rose, thoughts?
I like to think that they're all nice because I don't want them to think that I don't think they're all nice. No, I'm kidding. Actually, no, I genuinely think that the majority of them just want you to be healthy and they think that their sport is the best way to do that and they will go to all lengths to make sure that you do it. Because in high school, like, I think by the time I started high school to when I finished it, the amount of cross-country runners like quadrupled. Like it was almost the entire high school. I mean, I went to a small high school, but it was almost the entire high school was on the team.
I think part of that is just like there's a low barrier of entry because anyone
That's
can
true.
run.
That's awesome.
Like you don't need to be, like if you weigh 100 pounds, it's tough to get on the football field. It's tough. It's intimidating. But if you weigh 100 pounds, then cross country is like you're made for cross country. And if you weigh 300 pounds, it's also very, very appealing because there's the opportunity of like being healthier and being more active. So I think it appeals to a broad range.
All right. Well, I won't be running anytime soon.
And neither will I, at least not in the light of day. Now, a brief break as we get a word from our sponsors.
Oh my gosh, I have such a good plug.
You don't
Everyone who's a woman, you should come on September 15th to Theotokos. What's it called?
bouquet making.
Yeah, thanks. It's called Flowers for Our Lady of Sorrows because Our Lady of Sorrows is Theotokos' patron, and it's her feast day. And so 11:30 a.m. in the grind, you have to RSVP, and it's only 60 people, so get those tickets. Okay, that was a good sponsor.
Yes, an excellent event put on by an excellent household. We love our households.
No bias whatsoever.
Well, we love a lot of our households. No, we love them all. We love them all. New segment. Chicken Joe goes off.
Oh yeah.
We
need help thinking of a name, I think, with this one.
Yes, in the comments, please leave your suggestions, input on what you think the segment should be called. I think Chicken Joe goes off is sufficient.
I don't like it.
Well, Rose, that's why I'm the lead host and you're only the color commentator.
Color commentator?
It's a football term. I would expect a communications major to know this. Anyways.
You wouldn't or you would?
I would.
Oh.
It's a sports reference, though. So, makes sense that you wouldn't know.
Oh.
All right. Enough of this jibber jabber.
Okay. What are you going to rant about, chicken?
Ranting.
You're going to rant about ranting?
No. So, first rant, take some backstory. I was coming back to campus around 11 p.m. on Thursday evening and driving my car. I paid for a parking spot in the Megadorm lot and there were no spots to be had. So I think this reflects on maybe some of the shortcomings of certain departments on campus, that if I pay for a parking spot in a parking lot, then it should be available to me. Extremely disappointing. Additionally, on the topic of parking spots, let's do some quick math here. $200 a permit. Probably 100 cars in that parking lot. Probably more. But for easy math, $200, 100 cars. Mm-hmm. That's 20 grand. Why are the lines not painted?
Oh my gosh. $20,000 per year for just that one lot?
For one lot. The biggest lot, but still. A lot of money,
That's
no
crazy.
Painted lines.
Because isn't the Xavier lot $1,000? I think it is. And they're like, oh, you get a gold pass.
No. So it's $1,000 to sign up early. If you sign up for parking in like July, you can donate $1,000, get a free parking spot. Most of that can be a tax write-off. So I think the math ends up being, I want to say you might get $700 or $800 back on your taxes for this. But still an absurd amount of money. And that's going to capital projects, building infrastructure.
Like the brick wall.
The brick wall, the rosary wall for the alumni. That's going to be a rant for another day. So, parking. I don't know what's going on. Rose, any other thoughts on the parking crisis? I think a general, just a symptom of a bigger problem, security, I don't want to say it out loud, but security seems ineffective in many ways.
Is security in charge of parking? I mean, I know they give out parking tickets, but like...
It would seem that would be the logical people to have in charge.
Yeah, I guess that's true. My thoughts on parking, well, luckily for me, I have no car. And so these are not my worries, but dear friends of mine have cars.
Yes.
I just remember when the gravel lot wasn't even gravel.
Yes, the old mud lot.
Yeah, and I had a pair of shoes ruined from getting out of a car. And like having to hop puddles is just not fun. And I think it says enough that people are willing to park on the side of the road like a mile down versus their own parking spot in the
It's an excellent point.
gravel lot.
It's an excellent point.
That there's an issue. But now it just doesn't even exist.
Yeah, it's better. It's better and it's a struggle, and there are many things that play going into the difficulties of having cars for having a parking spot for all the cars on campus. It's a complicated issue, but in many ways it seems to be poorly managed.
Yeah. I don't think they're putting enough effort into it.
Yes.
But.
All right. Next on my list of rants, what is going on with what people are wearing to class? Right? These people are like, they're rolling out of bed in their pajamas, and they're going to class in their pajamas. It's girls wearing shirts that are like too small for them. And I feel, and I realize this isn't really my like. I'm a man, and I don't know the difficulty of dressing modestly and with class as a woman. I realize it's difficult. I don't know, and I don't understand those difficulties. But I think there's a lot of girls on campus who are able to dress with a lot of class. They dress very well, and so I don't know. I don't. It is doable. So the fact that many people aren't doing it, it annoys me. I find it. I don't want to see it. I feel uncomfortable when I see people wearing some skimpy article of clothing. I feel uncomfortable walking past them in the academic building. I can't imagine how awkward it must be for a professor to sit in the front row and to be talking about goodness and beauty and truth and all these lofty topics that that make their way into so many Ave classes. How we can talk about this, and then right in the front row, there's someone in pajamas, basically.
Yeah.
Seems absurd.
It's a little crazy. Honestly, I understand, like, the pajamas thing. I understand the, like, want for that because you're just, like, tired. And I did wear sweatpants freshman year to class. I know.
It's okay. We can all learn from our mistakes.
No, but it honestly, it's really funny because I used to be like, oh, that they always say, like, wearing whatever good attire to class will put you in the right setting to learn. And I was like, not that great of a difference where I actually need to do it. And so I wear sweatpants to class, but it actually is genuinely different. Like, your awakenedness is just incredibly different. And as someone who struggles staying awake in class, even when I'm very interested, like, it was a big difference for me.
Yes.
To start wearing nicer clothes.
I think the act of, like, getting up, getting cleaned up, showering, brushing your teeth, combing your hair, these basic hygienic practices.
You just want people to comb their hair, Joe.
And my hair is often disheveled as well.
That's the thing, too, though, is, like, it's frustrating as a woman because you can get away with wearing basketball shorts and a t-shirt.
Yes.
But that's, like, the equivalent of, like, I don't know, something that you would not find appropriate for a woman to wear.
Yes.
So it's kind of frustrating. So I would understand the backlash that you might hear making a statement such as that.
Yeah.
But personally, I would love it if men would stop wearing basketball shorts and t-shirts.
I think we should all be called to dress a little bit nicer for class, and I'll step up to that challenge next week.
Amazing.
Rosemarie, I expect you to do the same.
I do it every day, so
and
she's there.
Yeah, but hey, if you have any thoughts on this, which I'm sure many people will, leave it in the comments.
We can get into a real fight.
We'll bring it up next week.
I don't shy away from discussion.
That's what we're here for. We want to talk on some meaty, gritty topics. We don't want to be talking about boring stuff. We want something interesting. We want some conflict, some teeth to this podcast that we're
maybe we should get some people to, like, what's the word? Guest star, who have differing opinions, because we do agree on those things. So it'd be really fun. I would love,
I'm sure you have varying opinions, whether it be someone who wears suits all the time from Precursus Verbi.
Fun.
Or
wait, what was that?
Precursus Verbi? Precursors Verbi. Precursorus.
Yeah.
You know, for like 3 years, I thought their household name was Ecce Agnus Dei. So, this is all I got for you guys. But hey, if they have something to say, let them on. And if you think that wearing, booty shorts and a tank top is also sufficient to come and learn about the truths and to be educated in the Catholic faith, well, let's hear your take as well. Rosemarie, on to another topic. You are employed by the Daily Grind, correct?
Yeah.
So I hear that there's been a change in policy at the Daily Grind.
Oh, yeah.
That if you want a latte, you can only get a small. Only one shot of espresso.
Only for the meal swipe.
For the meal swipes, it is a small.
The higher powers that be, that no one really wants to listen to, told us it's not acceptable to give out free iced lattes that are large, not free, but meal swipe large iced lattes with whatever they want in it without charging extra, because apparently, for some reason, the grind is probably losing money, would be my guess. Couldn't tell you why. However, what's funny about that is, like, I kind of get it, even though I don't really care. I kind of get it because our boss didn't know that that's what we were giving out as the swipes until, like, sometime last semester, and he thought it was literally just small black coffee that came with the meal swipe.
So is this just gross mismanagement? What's going on here? Right, this...
You know, Ave is famous for being horrible at communication between departments, and I think that's what we have to chalk it up to.
So poor communication. My other question would be, how much does another shot cost? What are we talking?
I think it's $1.09.
That's what it costs, but what does it cost to grind? What are we talking, like 15 cents?
Yeah, probably.
Come on, what's tuition? $45K? People, if I want another 15-cent shot of espresso so that I can stay awake while I'm learning about truth and beauty and goodness and all these wonderful things that we hear about in so many classes, as I've aforementioned, I learned that word in one of my literature classes. What's the big deal? Give me another shot. That's my take. And
we should be a place of second shots because mercy.
Rosemarie, that is excellent. If someone, maybe we get someone from Vessels of Mercy to come on. I don't know if they know that much about Mercy.
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right, never mind. Sorry, Vessels.
You're out.
If you think you should be on, leave something in the comment section.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're coming to the end of this podcast. It's been a great pilot episode.
Nice.
We look forward. Hope it gets, I think it's a great thing that we can get taken off the ground,
Thanks for tuning in. Like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.
We will see you on the next episode of What's the Haps?
The Haps at the AVA.
The AVA.